Hmm. Justin. I hit logs. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another London session here at TrinFx. Um, so I was gonna dive into it real quick. I have one trade running currently. Well, actually two trades here on Euro CAD, as well as GBP, JPY. I have a trade from earlier running on this as well here. Um, for now, price has just been ranging up and down. Taking a look at the 4 hour and daily, this is what we have going on in daily time frame, right? So we reached into this area day before yesterday, right? And then we had a strong rejection back to the downside. Taking a look here at the 4 hour and 1 hour, price has just been kind of just ranging above this area. We peaked above, but then we had a strong bearish close back down, and now we just here. All right. So moving forward, what I'd like to see during the London session, London Open, I actually want to see price push higher, right? So on the 30 and the 15-minute time frame, right? We're looking at this. This is like our next key area right here, right? So on the 30-minute time frame, we saw that price actually corrected this downward push here, and now I'm looking for continuation of this movement to the upside. Excuse me. Maybe price might peak back above here. This is my trade idea here. As you know, with any trade I do take, I'm giving it 2 chances overall, and this is chance 1 here. So this is a trade. Alright, so overall stop loss is 10-11 pips. Price kind of started to move already, but we should see a retracement back into that level and then a continuation. See for the pop-out chart. So hopefully I'm being heard clearly, right? Yeah, hopefully I'm being heard clearly. So this is the trade. This is the first one I'm taking. As you can see, I put my take profit right around this area here of the initial rejections that we got to the upside. Hopefully price is able to continue bullishly and close above this area. But yeah, this is the first trade idea that I do have. Just go with the momentum overall, what we're seeing from price on the 30-minute time frame. We saw that we are in a sort of a rangy area here, right? And price pushed up, but then we pulled back down, right? And looking at here at the day, at the starting of the day, we saw this kind of maintenance of this level here, right? The previous bullish candle pushed up, corrected from this. We closed above this bearish candle body, and now we're just gonna look for continuations with the overall momentum that we're having, that we've been seeing from the GBP, right? Let me just take a quick look at any of the fundamentals. Not much. This is just what we have. And today's Friday, right? So I actually forgot like today's Friday. Not gonna lie. I don't really have much happening. Just some consumer confidence from the euro. Not really high impactful to cause anything from the market. I have this ECB speech, right? Next week looks kind of uneventful too. You have GDP for the card, so this may help the card continue rising, depending on what numbers we get. We see that we have some lower than expected numbers, right? Yeah, so not too much happening, not too much happening tomorrow. Sorry, next week as well. Yeah. I do think for the ending of the, is it at the ending of November? We have some we have some USD news here, so this will be important. I think, and we have CPI as well, right? So for November 30th, that's next week. I do think we have interest rates at some point as well. I'm not seeing it here, right? I can't remember clearly when it is, but we do have an next set of interest rates coming up too. So that's gonna be like the main mover for the month of December, right? Taking a look, let's take a quick look at what the other pairs are doing. So you can see we still have this bearishness here on the DXY, right? Price is coming into this area. So again, this is the area that all the analysts, the big banks, the actual movers of the market are looking at. If price is able to maintain this, then we should see another rally or recovery from the US dollar, right? Depending, like just last week as well. When we had price actually come up back from this area, we saw a slight rally from the dollar, right? And we would continue to see this until price actually breaks lower, right? If price breaks lower, then we should have some fears coming into the market, coming into the play, and the US dollar weakening, even being stronger, and just see an overall a complete decline in the dollar itself, confidence in the dollar going down, and that would help the risk asset currencies that we are trading here, like the AUD and the NCD, right? So this is something I'm very keen on paying attention to, what price does in this area. I'm expecting it to break and go lower until we see something else that shows that, okay, the US economy is coming back better and stronger. But for right now, this is just what the chart is telling us. Yeah, price is going to continue moving down most likely, right? So we'll wait and see what price does into this area. But if we do get that bearish close into that area strongly, then yeah, we're just gonna probably see all confidence in the dollar drop. Gold, you could probably take a buy on gold, target up into these levels here. Like, I don't trade gold personally, but this looks like a clean possible trade. So wait until you see some rejections. If you look at the 30-minute time frame, take a look at 15. Right, so you could wait until you see some rejections, or maybe a close above this level here, just to get a better confluence of price possibly continuing back up, like right into here, right? So yeah, this is a possible trade idea too. Right, close above for continuation higher. So all the USD pairs and stuff. Right, price came back down to this area as well. USD JPY, I'm not too keen on trading any of the USD pairs, the major pairs really, just because of that fluctuation with the DXY, right? That we approaching back into that level. So if before we see a break, I'm not too keen on really taking USD positions. If anybody have any questions, feel free to ask, right? Oh yeah, right, so you hear me clearly. Alright, cool. Yeah, the USD positions not looking too heavy on those, right? Yeah. All right, so we'll see what price does with this. Hmm. And guys, don't forget to leave a like on stream. Really helps out the channel. The more you like, the more this channel gets recommended to other people. We have more people coming in, and could help others as well during the London session times. Alright, so don't forget to leave a like on the stream, as it helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And let's take an overall look on the other pairs here, like Euro USD. Price driving to this high right here. If we extend this to the left, you can see that we come back into a pretty significant area, right? With this overall downtrend movement that we've been seeing for a good while, actually, for like almost the whole month. For the whole year, sorry, price just been steadily moving downwards, and then we approach back up to this resistance area. So again, this is the daily time frame, right? So each candle here represents a day of trading. So this is a very significant level to pay attention to, right? Because if we look in here at the left, we can see that multiple times price has reached into this area, right? Rejected from it, and then we had this strong bearish close below that area, right? And then we had a sort of a continuation with that movement. Now, as we reapproach this level, let's take a look at the 4-hour. Right, this is where we saw like from the USD weakening, right? So like somewhere right around here, we saw this rally on the euro dollar, right? And it continued to do so. At this point, we're like at a very important juncture, right? Sorry, there's something in my eye, guys. Yeah, well, a very important juncture. So what I'm expecting to see is a continuation back downwards overall. I'm still bullish on the dollar, right? Understand this, I'm still bullish on the dollar. However, with the recent data and price action, I am bearish, right? Long term bullish, short term bearish, right? So in terms of like my trading, if I'm trading in dollar right now, obviously I'll trade it with a bearish mindset behind it, rather than the bullish long-term outlook that I do have on the dollar, right? Because obviously it's the US dollar, it will recover over time. More likely than not, that's what it will do, and we would possibly see that recovery show up on the charts maybe next year, however things go, right? But overall, long term, I am expecting price to actually trend back down from this area, right? So I'm paying attention to this on a daily time frame. As soon as we get a break below this area here, and just right, if we manage to get a break below this area, at that point, I'll have the mindset that okay, maybe the US dollar is starting to see some sort of recovery, or maybe the euro dollar is weakening in itself, right? But at this point, I want to go with the overall trend, right? Which is that downtrend that we've been seeing displayed continuously from the euro dollar, right? So, yeah, again, paying attention to things going on in the market. Obviously, we need some sort of catalyst to determine that okay, the dollar is possibly going to turn around now from its bearishness. But at the technical phase, looking at that, this is where I'll have more confidence that that's what we're gonna see, what price is gonna do at this level, right? So yeah, that's just a little note. a few minutes before so anybody, if anybody have any questions, feel free to ask, right, guys? Okay, okay. So at this point, right, if you want to be more conservative, you can move, like take out half of the initial risk on this. I am going to leave mine as it is. I'm expecting price to continue playing upwards and this pullback. I'm not too concerned about the pullback itself. Depending on what we see at London Open, that will really determine whether this is going to continue moving up or not, right? But I'm not too largely concerned about the pullback happening right now. If you guys have any pairs in mind that you want to watch or that you have, like, that you're monitoring, then let me know. Let's put a plate here. I also have this actually running into this resistance here, right? Hopefully I can see price push past this and then continue its way moving upwards. This is about 1 to 4. And AD guys, a lot of DPS actually like kind of showing some sort of consolidations. This was another trade that we had here within the VIP. Initially I had a buy stop right into this area here. If price managed to pull back from this zone, but then we continue moving down, and as you see, we had a correction, and then price continued moving up from there. So buy stops did get activated, and it played out before I even realized. I was gonna take off my buy stop, but I didn't. I ended up not removing it. So this was a nice 1 to 6. If anybody have any questions, guys, feel free to ask, right? Okay, that's it. My thoughts on GPAD. The biggest daily moves. It moves very big. What your thoughts on it? GP80. GP80, right? Okay, let's give it a look. Take a look at it from the daily perspective. Okay, wow. So, all right. So right, you can see what we have in here on GP80, right? So first, I'd like to note all this happening right here. Multiple days, multiple rejections from this area, right? So that's one thing. It's at this point we do have some sort of resistance right here, right? Sure, there's a reasoning behind that, but on a technical level, this is what we're noting. We have a resistance right here. Now, in terms of like, okay, possible trades or what we could see happening, there's consolidation at this point. If you take a look at the 1 hour, yeah, the movements, price is going up steadily. However, in terms of like getting a trade bias on the current movement, current price action, I wouldn't say there's much you can look at, right? Possibly, if I was gonna get in a trade on this, I want to see either price breaks below this level for a sell opportunity, right? Because if we manage to pull back from here, right, and we actually push down, yeah, this will give me like confirmation so I was selling bias. Because one, look at these wicks right here, right? I look at this bullish candle just trying to push past these wicks. So if price fails to actually close above this area, right? If we fail to close above these little wicks that we've been seeing, again, each one represents an hour, right? And if we pull bearish, if we pull back bearishly, that just shows that okay, the selling pressure is starting to accumulate, right? At this point, we could expect a break lower, right? After just seeing the momentum kind of fade away and this consolidation state happening, if we do get that bearish push, then we could see that the market has chosen a direction for the price action, right? And we would see price possibly continue even lower. So just for like confirmation, more confluence, more confidence in the trade itself, I'll wait for that push, a close below this area, and then possibly just target like maybe right here, like these movements right here, right where we had this initial bullish push within this very sharp uptrend movement. If you take a look to the left here, even right around here, right where we had another rejection level, a very strong rejection level as well, right? So that will be like my targets. If prices continue bullishly, right, with the overall sort of trend that we are seeing on the daily time frame, now to again being more conservative, you want to see a candle close above these areas, right? So if a candle close above these areas, then that just shows that there's more strong bullish momentum still in the market, and you can get a continuation of that, right? But here in 1 hour, because again we are day traders, I don't think anybody like swing trades in this sort of market environment, right? But here in the 1 hour time frame, I'd like to see close above these areas just for continuations. And if I'm very anxious again on a trade, which it shouldn't be, but if I'm really looking for a trade setup off of this, I would say maybe a close above these areas right here, right? Maybe a close above those areas would be like confirmation. It's at least target right here. Right, so if we do manage to get a close above here, then something like this would be a possible trade setup. Just target right here. You could pull this in a little bit, and yeah, this would be like the trade setup, right? Price pushes, closes above this zone. You don't have to wait for the retest, because more than likely the momentum will just continue carrying it on back into these levels, right? So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this would be like my sort of setup I'll be looking for in terms of buys. Bullish close above this area, momentum should continue carrying it. If you want to be patient, or just wait for more confluence, you could wait for that wick below and then look to take the trade for the continuations above and put your stop below that wick, right? So that is to say, like putting your stops right below these wicks right here, because once price makes that wick, then if it's to continue up, it wouldn't revisit that wick area, right? It would respect that and continue moving in whichever direction it chooses, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And vice versa for the downtrend, if price actually pulls lower from this candle, and the reason why I'll wait for price to actually close below is because of this bullish candle itself, right? If it leaves that wick and it closes as a bearish candle, that just shows more of a confluence that, okay, now the momentum is going to continue driving downwards after leaving such a long wick from the upside, right, and closing bearishly. That just shows that the selling pressure is accumulating, right? There's more sellers than buyers, therefore we should see a continuation movement downwards, right? So hopefully that answers your GBP AUD, right? All right, cool. But if anybody else have any questions, then feel free to ask, because we're just waiting right now. All right, we have a couple of minutes remaining. We have a couple of minutes remaining here. Just like 3 minutes to see what price does here. I'll actually extend this all the way up, because if we do manage to close above this area, if we manage to close above here, then we should continue moving up. But once we do get a close above, then at that point you want to take like partials, you want to secure some profits, because it's dangerous to hold it to continue moving up without taking any profits, right? Just because what we've seen before is price just completely reject from this top side here. So you want to be more careful about that, right? And careful about your approach. So we have 2 minutes. Whether we get the first set of moves during the London opening, we'll see. But it could take throughout the whole London session, right? Excuse. We do have no major holidays or anything, so we should be fine. Wow. Just look at it, guys, like how fast just how fast the year has finished, basically, right? Like just the other day we just started the year and we're almost done. It's crazy. These interest rates for the current interest rates. I know we had meetings at some point again. So the next 10 days we have meetings. So for the RBA, we also have Canada meeting next 12 days. We have the Federal Reserve actually meeting next 19 days, right from now. And this is the change that we're expecting. So this was a change from the last set of changes. Well, we have meetings coming up. Your area in 20 days, DOE 20 days. Right, so the 80 as well as the CAD and the ADC ones are coming out the closest, and then the Federal Reserve, we also have meetings from them, right? So it should be interesting what we see. Price pulling back a little bit, coming to the opening. Price pulling down a little bit here. Markets are just open London session. So at this point, either if you want to close half, that's understandable. Manage your risk, because as you know, right, we in a very low volume situation right now, and obviously it's the ending coming to the ending of the year, right? So I would like to implore you guys not to risk too much, to control your overall risk management and just be wise about your trading itself, right? If you run into losing streaks every now and then, or you run into losing streaks with whatever session you trade or whatever the case may be, that's okay, right? Sometimes you just have to leave it up to the market conditions. You may or may not get the conditions that you want, right? And that's just all part of trading. So you need to be able to accept that and continue moving on, right? So yeah, that's just like my little message to you guys that out there, that things may not be going the way you want, especially coming to the ending of the year itself, which is okay, right? Don't be discouraged by it. Don't get too discouraged by it. Eventually, things will get better. They'll play out, whatever the case may be, right? So, and just be wise with managing the risk. Don't be like those people who want to put all kind of 4 or 5% risk when they can't even afford it onto one trade, right? Be smart. Be smart about your approaches. All right. We'll see. We'll see. So if price manages to reach into this area, you could take a full set of profits, and then just let it allow it to do its thing, right? I'm just gonna leave it. What happens happens. But yeah, that's my trading advice to you guys. All right. Some. I got like four people right now. Guys, leave a like on the stream. Really helps out the channel. I'm new to this whole YouTubing thing, so I don't really know like how the YouTube algorithm works or anything like that. But yeah, leave a like if you find this useful, informational, anything like that. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to leave a like, so why not? Oh wow, so look at this. Look at how this is pulling down here. You take a look at, oh, again, nice. They actually managed to close above here the euro card, so hopefully that we might get this to play out, you know, all the way up here. So that's nice in itself. Yeah, so we just see like the risk assets, AUD and the NZD actually starting to kind of pull down. Take a look at the DXY. Not much movement from the DXY itself, right? So we could say this is not attributed to the actual US dollar strength improving right now. It's just like volume from the opening itself. My price managed close below this area to here and gold. Okay. We had nice movement from GBP CHF yesterday morning, right, during this time, which was unexpected for me. I didn't get anything from this though. I don't really trade GBP CHF like that. But this was actually a nice movement to the upside, yeah. Take a look at daily actually. So we have some uptrend movement, like in the past couple of days. But you can see a lot of these pairs, right, majorly they have been showing like a decline majorly, right? So, and if you're a trend trader, this might be like one of the more difficult settings for you because you have the overall trend, which is, you know, a downtrend. However, because you're a day trader or whatever the case may be, you know, you look at the momentum, right? The recent momentum. For some traders, it might be sort of different because they're looking at the bigger picture, right, on the weekly and the daily. But as a trader, you have to be able to determine like basically when can you do that, right? Or like at least why is price moving, how it's moving, right? Because like the reason why I bring this up is like because the GBP itself isn't overly strong. It isn't strong in any if you take into like the reasoning as to the GBP itself, looking at the fundamental data, it's not really strong, right? It has a more of a weaker sort of sentiment behind it. Now that being said, we have been seeing the GBP gradually move very bullish over the past couple of days, for the past couple of weeks too, right? And that's again attributed to what that USD strength declining, right? And well, let's have some other factors aligning to that, contributing to that, right? And not knowing this as a swing trader, somebody that, you know, doing swing trading or whatever the case may be, and you're looking at the bigger picture, you could put yourself into like situations where you may have it wrong, right? Because you're looking at the daily time frame and like, okay, price reapproach this area. This is a resistance area overall with the overall trend. It will continue moving back down. But if something like the USD continues being weak, obviously it's not going to continue moving back down. It's going to depreciate, and then price is just going to continue rising, right? So I would say fundamentals. I'll always preach that fundamentals. You need to know your fundamentals, right? At least be aware of the key things happening. And that's just me to you guys, right? I mean, you could just trade the trend. Nothing's wrong with that. But yeah, I will always say fundamentals really help. It really helps a lot with understanding price action movements. At least reasoning why price does what it does, right? So yeah, that's just like me to you guys. Yes, this gradually started to come up, so for you can see this play out. This will be nice for a 1 to 4, for the euro card trade that we have. And let's see, this just dancing around that area, right? So yeah, I will implore you guys to actually, you know, take some position off. We didn't get much movement out of this, right? Starting to push down a little bit, so you could close half, just to be on the safe side. All right. Overall, you always need to manage your risk. I leaving everything as is. right? I'm up pretty good, right, for the past couple of weeks. So this, if it hits me out, it's no problem at all. Um, but yeah, always maintain your risk management. We're not really getting much out of the London opening right now, right? So price just doing this weird shit. Overall, I am still expecting a move back up, but we mightn't see that right now. Alright, so just hit my alert and coming close likely stop, right? So more than likely stop's just gonna get hit right here. Yes, so stops got hit. So this was a losing trade here, guy. Now continuing forward, something I like to note, I'm still very bullish on this, right? Until shown otherwise, if price manages, okay, if it comes all the way back down here and we get a bearish candle close below this area, then sure, I'll move to being more bearish on it. But for now, I'm still very bullish on this. Looking overall, my other possible area of entry would be, okay, if we manage to close above this area here, then I would take another trade, right? This would be like my next area of entry here. Let's pull this down. And I'm using this as a target level because this is a previous highs made by price before we saw this strong bearish pull back down. But yeah, this is the trade idea. See, surprise just doing this weird shit. It happens, right? You can't do anything about it. So this is the next trade idea. You could put I'm just gonna send it out to the group. Buy stops above this area, right? 16 pip stop loss. We targeting right above here, right? We may not get this, during the course of the day because low volume situation. I didn't get much from the price action movement, so I'll probably target it from a 1 to 2. Right, so this would be like the target area here if price does manage to break above. Right, so this was a losing trade here, guys. It happens. You can't really do anything about it. So we have this buy stop at 168. And stop losses are around 16, 18 pips, right? Like I said in the previous one, I always like to put my stop loss level higher, um, a little bit more than the actual that you see on the chart here itself. Just to be, when if price does manage to go into drawdown, it just hits an area in terms of your overall loss. You get less than what you expected, right? Helps with mentality as well. One eight 50, 18, 97. So this is the trade idea. You see price actually maintaining this the supportive level here, right? So unless it does close bearishly, then okay. And you see that bearish continuation, then sure. But we're maintaining this level overall. So once that maintenance is like, if it continues doing so, then eventually we'll push higher and get triggered in and price will continue moving up. Right? So we took a L, which is that was just -1. That is negative 2.5% for me. And again, just looking at this for the next possible area entry. This moving pretty nicely. Yeah, euro. The Europeans moving pretty nicely. So this definitely making up for that little L that we took. But yeah, this is the next trade idea. So I'll let you guys know if this play out. Those of you that join the live stream, as well as anybody that take the trade, right? This will be in next area possible entry right here. Looking for that play out around 2.5%, right around here, right? So guys, that's it. That's it for now, guys. So I do hope everybody had a great trading week, and I do hope that you have a good trading day, and I'll see you guys next week. That's it. Peace.